thing, forgive me, but another thing, I brought this up with Senator Hirono. He's not the only one. They keep talking about this 300,000 strong Afghan army. That's just a lie, and they all know it. You'd be lucky if you could fill a football stadium with the Afghan military that put on their uniform, and anybody who has served there, any contractor who has been there, any NGO that's gone in there for charitable work or food and hunger would tell you that for the last 20 years.
That number is effectively meaningless, and we've had that proven over and over again over the last couple of weeks. As you know, one by one, you've seen these provincial capitals fall and ultimately Kabul fall. The Afghan military, yes, had been trained. Yes, in theory, they had the capability and the capacity to fight, but they didn't fight. And that has always been the question that Pentagon officials have had, that NGOs, anybody on the ground has had. Yes, you can train. Yes, you can spend money there, but would they actually put up the fight? And now we know that they didn't.
It's why they told George W. Bush he had to stay. It's why they told Barack Obama he had to stay, and it's why they told Donald Trump he had to stay, and it's why they told Joe Biden that if you go, it will be very complicated. Here's another piece of it. The president talking about why it was important to take control of the Kabul airport.
We're in a position where what we did was we took precautions. That's why I authorized that there be 6,000 American troops to flow in to accommodate this exit. Number one. And number two, provided all that aircraft in the Gulf to get people out. We pre-positioned all of that, anticipated that.
What did you think when you first saw those pictures?
What I thought was we have to gain control of this. We have to move this more quickly. We have to move in a way in which we can take control of that airport. And we did.
Two things there. Number one, this one might be nitpicking, but he says we pre-positioned all that. That's not true. Many troops were already there. There were troops moved to the region, but some troops left Fort Bragg, the 82nd Airborne, after the Taliban took power. They were not all pre-positioned. Perhaps that's a nitpick, but this is what struck me. This is an American president. We have to gain control of this. That is an admission. You lost control of this.
I mean, I'll nitpick a little further with you. And the administration keeps on telling us, on the one hand, they didn't see how fast this would happen, that the Taliban moved way quicker than even the intelligence assessment said. On the other hand, they said we had to move really quickly so that we could ensure the safety of our embassy staff. And so there's a lot of contradiction there in terms of, well, did you know or did you not know? And unfortunately, a lot of lines got crossed in between. And so we had this scramble last week in the few days before the Taliban actually reached Kabul. But it's really alarming that they were that close and we still didn't really have a strategy and an exit plan to secure all of our embassy staff to get out.
And the underlying question is, for someone who ran on a platform of leveling with the American people and being candid with the American voter, which he did last year, why not level with them on the execution of what happened? He's trying to